What is going on, everybody? It is CGM here, and today I have for you a review of one of the greatest shows on Thursday nights. It is Thursday Night Smackdown. Now, this episode, guys, was not that bad. I'm planning on doing a Raw one for this week's episode of Raw, or next week's episode of Raw, excuse me. The Raw I will be reviewing today is from September 10th. And let's get straight into this. So first, to open the show, we had the Wyatt family. Now, as you know, the Wyatt family, they've been doing some random schemes lately on Raw. They've been screwing around with Randy Orton. They've been friggin' screwing around with Ambrose and Reigns a lot. This all started basically at Money in the Bank when Bray Wyatt screwed Roman Reigns out of the briefcase. But anyway, so they opened the show and they talked about their match United Champions, which will be consisting of a surprise guest, Roman and Dean, versus the Wyatt family. Now, the Wyatt family, as of right now, consists of Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, and Braun Strowman. I thought Bray Wyatt did a very good and excellent promo on SmackDown, very good for SmackDown standards. Now, next up, we have Cesaro versus The Miz. Now, Cesaro, when he entered the ring and during the match, he had a bandage over his ribs, kind of like what we saw when Hulk Hogan fought King Kong Bundy in a steel cage match at WrestleMania 2 for the WWF Championship. Oh, I said WWF, we gotta beat that out. And I also said Hulk Hogan, so we gotta bleep that out too. But anyway, guys, this is Cook Gone Mad. We do whatever we want when we want. So basically, the Miz tapped out to the sharpshooter. The match was pretty interesting. I would give it around 3 stars. I'm going to rate every match, guys. So basically, Cesaro had we all know Cesaro's skill. He's a very good wrestler. I liked his match with Kevin Owens at SummerSlam. Very well done, very well scripted. And so yeah, we're going to go on to the Divas next. And we have Paige versus Sasha Banks. Now, these two fought on Raw, and the ref gave the win to Sasha Banks, but in the end, it was actually a double pin. So what happened was basically a brawl ensued between both teams, PCB and Bad, which resulted in the other two members, Charlotte, Naomi, Becky Lynch, and Tamina, to be ejected from the ring. So the match ended in a no contest. It was pretty good, but then everybody came back out again, and chaos ensued. There was a pretty good match. The lame finish, though, it ended in a no contest, obviously. It was a pretty lame finish, so I'll have to give it 4 stars, guys. If it wasn't that much of a lame finish, I would have given it like maybe a 4.5 or something like that. But overall, match was pretty decent. I liked the brawl against all the divas at the end. Pretty crazy. This is awesome. Chance we're going on with pretty cool. Next match we have up right now is The New Day versus Jimmy Uso, Dean Ambrose, and Roman Reigns. First of all, we got Uso. Jimmy Uso is back in action on SmackDown. This match was pretty crazy. There were people flying and planted and everything, being flung and everything. So the match ended when Braun Strowman had Jimmy Uso on the stage with the Wyatts and did the bear hug to him. Roman and Dean ran out to help, but they disappeared before they could make the save. I thought the match was pretty decent. The New Day had their little shenanigans. Xavier Woods had his little trumpet. Xavier Woods is pretty hilarious with that thing, I have to say. If you haven't already, check out his gaming channel, Up, Up, Down, Down. And I'm going to have to give this match a 4 out of 5 stars. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't pretty good. It was just average. Next up, we had the Ascension versus the Lucha Dragons. Now, the Ascension was accompanied by Stardust. The match was pretty average. It was very short. Stardust ended up assisting the Ascension for the win. And then at the end of the match, they all beat down on the Lucha Dragons. But before they can beat them up completely, Neville made the save at the end of the match. And that's pretty much it. So we're going to go on to our next match right here. And by the way, the match before this, I'd give it a 2 stars. Ryback versus Seth Rollins in a lumberjack match. Now, guys, these two fought on Raw originally. Ryback ended up winning. The Lumberjacks were beating up on each other, and they were beating on Ryback in the ring. It was chaos. People were flying and being thrown everywhere. Neville was extremely impressive during this match when doing his moonsault and different maneuvers off the top rope. He was one of the Lumberjacks, obviously. I will not go into all the Lumberjacks, but one of the main ones was Kevin Owens. He actually assisted in helping Seth Rollins win by getting Ryback and tripping him. So I thought that was a pretty good ending, guys. Seth Rollins picked up the victory when he did the pedigree to Ryback, and I'd give it a solid 4 out of 5 stars. So guys, if you did enjoy this review of SmackDown with your boy CGM, please let me know by leaving a like and commenting and doing all that good stuff, subscribing. Let me know if you want to see one for Raw. And yeah, so SmackDown this week, if I were to rate the entire show, I'd have to give it about a 3.5 to a 4. Wasn't that bad, guys. As always, peace out.